Today, we are taking all of this and turning it into this. So if you've seen my meal prep videos before, you'll know that I personally don't like to do individual style meals that are just one meal in a box ready to go. I prefer to have all of my veggies washed, chopped, and some cooked, some raw, all of my beans and grains, and then I will do a couple prepared meals as well. I find that it's more versatile that way. You can mix and match throughout the week, and you don't eat the same meal over and over for like 5 days in a row. So that's what I'm gonna show you how to do today. We are going to wash, chop, and prep all of these veggies. I'm also going to be using my Instant Pot to cook our beans and grains. And of course, we will do a couple prepared meals just to get us started off for the week. If you guys are new here, I'm Maddie, this is Let's Eat Plants, and today we are doing a whole food plant-based meal prep. First up, we are going to start some Camu in the Instant Pot. Camu is a delicious chewy grain with a lot of health benefits. I find it similar in taste and texture to spelt, but it's a lot faster to cook. So I'm just measuring out about 1.5 cups, giving it a quick rinse, adding it into our Instant Pot liner, and then adding twice as much water to grain. Then setting the Instant Pot on high for 12 minutes, and of course making sure your nozzle is pointed to sealing, not venting. Now we're going to prepare our bell peppers. First, of course, we need to wash them, remove any stickers if there are any. And about 1/3 of these peppers I will just cut into slices and keep raw for snacking. And then the rest of them I am just going to bake at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes, flipping halfway through. And it's just nice to have some of them baked for a little bit of variety. Next up, we are preparing our squash and zucchini. Of course, just washing everything first. And then I'm removing some of the skin, but not all. And I'm going to be doing a light steam for these yellow squash first. So I'm just cutting them into bite-sized chunks. And then for the zucchini, I'm going to use some of them in our lasagna today. So I'm just slicing them into thin lasagna sheet type shapes. And for that lasagna, we are also going to need some vegan ricotta, which I add mushrooms to. So I'm just preparing the onions, garlic, and mushrooms for that tofu ricotta. So just saute your onions with a little bit of water and of course the mushrooms, adding in some garlic as well. And just go ahead and cook those for about 5 to 7 minutes until they are nice and caramelized. I'm gonna link the tofu ricotta recipe below in case you guys wanna check out the full recipe. Our bell peppers are done, so I'm taking them out of the oven. And now I'm just assembling the lasagna with a little bit of red sauce, our tofu mushroom ricotta, zucchini slices, and some oven-ready lasagna noodles. Now you could also use brown rice noodles if you wanted, or you could even leave them out and just do zucchini slices in lieu of the pasta noodles. That is up to you. Now that our Camu has finished in the Instant Pot, I'm just going to let it cool for a bit and then rinse out the liner, and we are going to cook our beets in the Instant Pot. So I just added about 2 cups of water to the bottom and a steam rack, and then rinse all the beets, add them in, and cook them on steam for 16 minutes. But of course that timing will depend on the size of your beets. Now I'm just going to cook our bok choy. First, of course, washing it very carefully. I like to separate the leaves a bit for these bok choy because sometimes there can be a lot of dirt stuck in the middle. So I'm just rinsing them all very carefully and then doing a quick blanch for only about 1 or 2 minutes. And then we're also cooking some yu choy the same way, just rinse everything and then blanch for 1 to 2 minutes. Next up is our broccoli, just carefully taking off the florets and then of course chopping the stem because we do eat that as well. And for half of this broccoli, I'm just doing a light steam. And for the other half, I'm going to use it in a stir fry with some eggplant. So I'm just chopping up the florets into a little bit smaller pieces. And then of course get our eggplant ready as well for the stir fry. So into a hot pan, everything goes with no oil, just water, and a little bit of Chinese cooking wine, some soy sauce, a little bit of maple syrup, and white pepper. I also added a few splashes of veggie broth while I was cooking to give it a little bit more of a soupy consistency, and adding in some green onion and some sesame seeds. Meanwhile, I am also steaming the corn and preparing our carrots. I am just doing some snack-sized carrot sticks, as well as grating a couple carrots to use in salads. At this point, I was really thirsty, so I made myself a drink. This is my new favorite. It is some hibiscus tea, some water, a squeeze of lemon, and a splash of this Kiju lemonade, which is made with no added sugar. This is such a delicious drink. And then back to prepping. Once the beets finish in the Instant Pot, that's when I take off their skin. Once they are fully steamed, it's very easy just to remove the skin. You don't even really need the peeler. You can basically just do it with your hands, and then those are ready to use. The next thing into the Instant Pot is going to be our chickpeas, which I cook a batch of pretty much every week in order to make hummus or crispy roasted chickpeas. So those, of course, will cook for 46 minutes on high. The lasagna had just finished as well, so I just set that aside to cool. And now I'm going to be making a couscous salad. I'm just chopping some cucumber and taking the corn off of this freshly steamed cob. I'm also adding in some lupini beans, some green onion, and some red onion I had left over. And now I'm making some veggie broth with the Better Than Bouillon broth paste and some boiling water. Give that a little mix, let the broth paste dissolve. And to that, I'm going to add some whole wheat couscous. I love couscous because it is so easy to cook. You just add 1 cup of grain to 1 cup of boiling broth or water, let that stand for 5 minutes, and then you have couscous ready to go. And then a very quick dressing with some red wine vinegar, Dijon mustard, and a splash of maple syrup. The chickpeas were also finished at this time, so I'm just storing them into a couple glass jars. And the last thing we're going to be making in the Instant Pot is our quinoa. Just rinse the grain, add it to the inner pot, add an equal amount of water, and cook it on high pressure for 1 minute. And the last thing we're going to make today, we'll use some coriander to make a black bean dip. Now, I did do this full recipe in a recent video, so I'm gonna link it down below in case you guys wanna check out that full recipe there. And now our quinoa is ready as well, just giving it a quick fluff. And there we have it, all of our beautiful veggies, as well as our lasagna, eggplant broccoli stir fry, quinoa and camu, chickpeas, black bean dip, more quinoa, and our couscous salad. So now you can see we have lots of different sides to work with, and it's gonna be very helpful to have throughout the week. Usually I will make salads or power bowls. Actually, if you're looking for that video, I'm gonna link it right here. You guys can watch that after this video. And that's basically how I eat most of these sides from week to week. But also now that the chopped veggies are ready to go, you can make stir fries, you can make soups. And like I said, I do have a few things that are ready to eat right now that'll make the first few days a lot easier. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like down below, and also leave me a comment letting me know if you are meal prepping this week and what you're planning to make. And of course, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's eat plants, and I will see you guys next time.